Before I move on to the next deck I'm working on, I wanted to make sure I got the mirror match with the Emerald Amber Mufasa deck on my channel, and as you can probably tell from the length of this video, it's rather short. The nice thing about these aggro and tempo based decks is you win and lose very quickly, so it can be good to get in quick matches online, and at locals you can get your points based on the way locals is currently configured very quickly and just get your games in very fast. Anyways, to start off, we ink a Tinkerbell and play a queen. Going first in the mirror match matters a lot, I would say. Not necessarily a make or break necessarily, but it is a good advantage. The opponent inks a Mufasa and also plays a queen. We're going to go ahead and ink that Stitch Rockstar and shift our queen. And do we end up questing here? I think we do, because it's pretty safe knowing that, at worst the opponent can shift their own queen and crash, but we still maintain tempo if that is the case. The opponent does have card advantage, but as I've mentioned before, if you watch my other Amber, Emerald, Mufasa videos, which are linked in the description, the tempo is what matters most with this deck. So the opponent is thinking here, and by the way, yeah, this is not sped up, so you're seeing everything in real time. They're going to ink a Flynn Rider, so it looks like they're on the exact same build as me, the 2.0 version, not using the Panic and Pain one, because that version does not run Flynn Riders, and the deck list for this one is linked in the description as well. They're going to opt to drop a Flynn, and I'm like, okay, we're going to ink a queen, since we already have one on board. We're going to opt to... Is it worth taking out their queen? I guess so, because we don't want to risk them shifting queen now that they have a second character on board, which will allow their Flynn Rider to take out my queen for free next turn if they did have a shift queen. So making that play was kind of heads up. Not questing with the queen, because normally you would think, hey, you're an aggro deck, you want to really just push lore, but in that instance you just need to make sure you understand what lines of play your opponent has. So they indeed are playing the 2.0 because they ink a Peter Pan and play the dock. So this is all the things I've talked about already in terms of playing your better 3-drop, playing your 2-drop, playing on curve the best you can. And then they opt to crash their Flynn Rider into the queen because they recognize that this is going to be a problem. Now, because again we have tempo, we're going to quest with the dock, skip our turn 4 drop so we don't need to play that Tinkerbell, and just go straight into the Cusco. And the reason I go for Cusco instead of Mufasa here is because my guess is the opponent isn't going to have anything too threatening to deal with this Cusco right away. And I am correct, because if they want to crash their Ray, waste their quest to take out my Cusco, be my guess. Otherwise, my Cusco is going to get in 2 quests here, which is fantastic. Now, since the opponent did not deal with my dock, I'm going to be able to play Mufasa for free as well, and just keep my other 2 cards in hand. And as you can see, we are very much ahead in this race. We've played out perfectly on curve, and we've made the right decisions here in order to just kind of run away with the game and the lore count. The opponent is kind of thinking on what to do. They're continuing to ink. They drop double Ray, and now you can see here they're wasting their quest in order to take out that Cusco. Just like I said, otherwise the Cusco was going to quest for 6. We still end up getting tremendous value off that Cusco, being able to banish the opponent's dock, because the opponent valued keeping both of their Rays on field, so they opted to let their dock take the fall there. We top deck a Ray, and I'm like, my dock is still doing work here. We're going to double quest, go to 13, drop a dock, not a dock, with the dock be able to drop the Ray without inking, and now we are threatening game on board next, so the opponent absolutely has to deal with my board here, otherwise they lose next turn. They've got 3 cards in hand though, but again, with Mufasa decks only playing characters, what can they really do? They opt to trade their already damaged Ray into my Mufasa, and we get a Rapunzel. Okay, not the worst, not the best, but it's still a 2 quester, and we still have game on board. The opponent has to use their other Ray to crash into my dock, and they do that. So, you can see how far behind they are on 3. We do have a Tinkerbell, which funnily enough can give the Rapunzel evasive, and we can use that to take out the opponent's Ray instead of using our own Ray here. But I don't even care, because I'm just like, I'll just put the pressure on board. You probably can't deal with my readied Tinkerbell. I'm going to go ahead and ink the Peter Pan and drop the Stitch, and that's just game. The opponent technically could have had Genie, but they were so far behind it wasn't worth it. Anyways, I just wanted to post that clip and show you guys how the race went. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you drop a like and leave a comment. Thank you again for watching. Quantum is out.